Hi guys, Steve Brown from Swansea Business Marketing, and today I'm talking to Neil Stewart of the Private Property Investors Club over in Wiltshire. So first of all, good evening, Neil. How are you?
Good evening, Steve. I'm great, thank you.
Right, I was interested. I had a look at your website. In fact, let me just see if I can bring your website up a second and share it with our viewers. I had it here somewhere. Let me just grab it quickly. There we go. Private property. There we are, got on there. So if I just share my screen and then they can have a look at it then.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that?
Yeah.
Right. So this is the club that you run. So first of all, when did it start and why did it start?
Okay, so we started the property network group back in 2011 February. So we've been going for a couple of years now, nearly 3 years next year. And the whole point of it was to bring together people who have various levels of investment. There might be some people that have had no investment experience at all, right the way up to people that own 30, 40 properties, and bring them all together in a room and provide a speaker, someone that come along who give up their own time, who's been doing property for 5, 10 years, tell their story and encourage people and help people in what they want to do. So in the room there may be somebody who has never done anything or has got problems. Perhaps they can't get a mortgage because they're not working, and 9 times out of 10 there's someone else in that room that has had that same situation, and they can share that information and encourage them and help them to move forward.
All right. So so you're saying this is held monthly? Was that right to hear, right?
Yeah, it's the last Tuesday of every month.
Right, and at the same venue?
We have the same venue. We have it's a place. It's a little Stanton St Quintin Manor. It is, but it sounds posher than it is. It's a lovely place. Right.
So, and are new, so when new people come along, what do you do to make them feel welcome? Because I would have thought it could be a bit intimidating for someone coming along for the first time.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'll meet them. We'll have a conversation, perhaps on email before they get there. I'll have a chat with them. There's tea and coffee when they arrive, so we have a chat and talk about what it is they've come along for. If they're looking for a particular strategy, if they're looking to get involved in multi-lets, for example, there'll be someone else in the room doing multi-lets, so I'll introduce them to them. And we kind of we're a really nice group, really friendly group. Everybody gets on with each other, and we have some new faces quite regularly.
Right, because you've lost me straight away. So what do you mean by multi-lets? I don't invest, so what do you mean by that?
Okay, so a multi-let is a house where you might have rooms let out to different people, students, for example. You might have 4 rooms in the house, and each room's let out to a student, which is a very good way of earning quite a bit of money from your property.
Right, but I would imagine that has its own unique problems, because of the fact that you've got more than, say, one family in a place, so you've got different fire exits and all those sort of regulations.
Definitely, there are certain regulations that you have to follow. If you're running a multi-let or a student let and that kind of thing, and that's exactly why we have these meetings. So there's somebody that'll come along who may be looking to find out that information, and there'll be somebody in the room who can say, well, this is what you need, or this is where you need to go to talk to perhaps the local council to find out what their regulations are. They do change slightly in different councils.
Right. So if it was somebody like myself who was, I'm just getting off the, decided now that I want to get involved. I don't know anything about property investment whatsoever. I haven't got a lot of money, but I'm willing to risk, some thousands into a venture like that. Is this club is the sort of thing that I should attend?
Oh, definitely. I mean, before you go ahead and spend any money, you should certainly go along to a network meeting, whether it's mine or there'll be one in your local area, and you should go along and get as much information about what's going on and what you feel comfortable with, because multi-lets might not be something you're comfortable with. You might just want to do a standard buy-to-let, as I call it, just buy a property, rent it out to a family, which is perhaps some people are more comfortable with that. But you need to research it, and these are the best places to go and find out how to spend your money if you're going to spend it.
Right. So you mentioned you have guest speakers coming along. Now I go to a lot of network meetings, especially when it comes to internet marketing. And I know a lot of the times the only reason they have these meetings is for somebody to sell something. So what happens at your sort of meetings? You obviously have guest speakers. What sort of guest speakers do you have?
Sure, I'm very protective about sales at my meeting. Obviously, the people that come along and talk, that we have people that have various experiences. We one lady came along and she just does a particular strategy and she tells everyone about it, and she tells you all the pitfalls as well about what's going on. We have a guy coming along this month who's actually was an estate agent and a quantity surveyor. So he's coming along to tell you what a surveyor might look for when he's valuing a property that you're going to buy or you'll want to rent out. 9 times out of 10 these people are doing something else. They might be providing some kind of training, they might be doing some sort of coaching, they might even be sourcing properties for people, finding properties for you to buy. But what I do say to them is that they have to give some real content to the people in the room, and if the people in the room then want to talk to them afterwards about whatever it is they're doing, that's fine, but there's definitely no hard sales going involved there.
Understand, and obviously the best way to be as well. So they've actually got to give to get, basically.
Definitely, yeah. They need to give something back and help people first.
So if somebody wanted to attend one of the meetings, how do they go about it? What do they do?
They can book it on the website, which is Penn Wiltshire, PEN-Wiltshire.com.
Yeah, let me just bring that back up again in a second, Neil, so people can see that again. Yeah, so we've got that on the screen. So they can go to this website, yeah, Penn Wiltshire, which is...
It's PEN-Wiltshire.com,
yeah,
which stands for Property and Entrepreneurial Network in Wiltshire. There's another one in Exeter, there's another one in Kent. There's three different meetings, and we're all kind of loosely linked with each other. We do communicate with each other. There are also lots of other networks around that you can go to.
Okay. Well, Neil, I want to thank you very much for your time tonight, for sharing this with our listeners. And I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.